Hi, let's talk about bar models. What do you observe in this picture? Perhaps you've noticed the bar here in the middle with two different colors. So it's as if this whole bar has been separated into two unequal pieces. This bluish greenish piece has a value of 30. This orange piece has a value of 20. We have a red bracket here at the bottom that is showing us the whole value is 50. There's also a story here. My friend and I collect rocks. She has 30 rocks in her collection, and I have 20 rocks in my collection. Interesting coincidence that 30 and 20 are in this story and also shown in our bar model. So if we combine the 30 rocks that my friend has and the 20 rocks that I have, we will get a total of 50. This is called a bar model, when you can represent math happening in a story or in an equation using this bar to show the different parts and the whole that gets made up of those parts. Our objective in our lesson is sort of split into three parts. First, we will analyze a bar model. Then we will identify math operations, and then we will use the words sum, difference, product, and quotient. So, sum. We discussed this before. A sum is what you get when you add numbers together. A difference is what you get when you subtract numbers. The product is your answer whenever you multiply numbers. And the quotient is your answer whenever you divide numbers. A bar model has three parts to it. Here's one part, here's another part, and here's the whole. In this bar model, we see that we have our two parts values. One part has a value of 50,000. The other part has a value of 20,000. However, that red bracket, the whole, we don't have that value. So how could we find out our mystery value? Well, we could add our two parts to find the whole. This is called finding the sum when we add two parts. So our mystery value equals 50,000 plus 20,000. That means our mystery value equals 70,000. So the sum of this bar model is 70,000. Here's a story that goes along with it. The city elected a new mayor. 50,000 people voted for Miss Terry. 20,000 people voted for Miss Worthy. How many people voted in all? Here's another bar model. This time, we already have the value of the whole bar model. We also have a value of one part of our bar model, but our mystery value is this other part of the model. How can we find the value of this mystery part if we already have one part and the whole? Well, we're going to subtract and find the difference. Our mystery value is equal to 80,000 minus 38,000. That means our mystery value is equal to 42,000, or the difference in this bar model is equal to 42,000. Bronson has saved up $38,000 to start a business. He needs $80,000 to buy materials. How much more money does Bronson need to save to buy materials? Well, he needs to save 42,000. This bar model looks a little different. It's broken up into chunks. However, all of the parts are the same color. That means they have the same value. One part has a value of 5. That means each part is going to have a value of 5. We don't know the whole value. So how could we figure out what the whole value of this bar model is? Well, if we know one part is 5, and we know all of these other parts are also 5, we could add 5 plus 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 5, or we could multiply and find the product. We know each bar part has a value of 5, and we know that there are 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could multiply 5 times 8 to find the whole value of this bar. And we'll find that it's 40. I'm making gift bags for my Halloween party. Each bag will get 5 candy bars. 8 guests are coming to my party. How many candy bars do I need to buy? This bar model is also split into equal parts. However, this time we already have the whole. We don't know what the value of each part is, so we can't do repeat addition here. The other value we have is how many groups there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We know the whole value. We know how many groups there are, but we don't know how much one part has as its value. So to find this answer, we will have to divide and find the quotient. We can divide the whole by how many parts there are. 27 divided by 9, that's 3. 27 students are going to ride boats down the river. There are 9 boats. How many students will go in each boat? In this bar graph, we know how much each part is. It's 2. We know the whole is 50, but what we don't know is how many groups there are. So once again, to find this answer, we would have to divide and find the quotient. We can divide the whole value, 50, by the value of a single part, which is 2. 50 divided by 2, that's 25. So that means this bar model should be split into 25 equal pieces. I have 50 stickers I want to share. I'll give each person 2 stickers. How many people will get stickers? Well, we've already been practicing the first part of our objective, analyzing a bar model. We've also identified math operations. Now we're going to make sure that we can practice more using sum, difference, product, and quotient as we continue to analyze a bar model and identify math operations. When we analyze this bar model, we see we have the value of one part, we have a mystery value for our second part, and we have the whole value of the bar model is 270. So we have 68, one part, we have 270, one part, the whole, but we don't have this mystery part, so how can we find out what that is? Well, we have to take out this part from our whole, which means that we need to find the difference, which means we're going to be subtracting. To find our mystery piece, we will have to subtract 270 minus 68. That means that our mystery piece has a value of 202. For this bar model, we have one part, we have the other part, but we don't have the whole value. That's the mystery. So in order to find the value of the whole bar model, we're going to combine these two values of the parts, which means we are adding or finding the sum. So that mystery value, that whole value, is going to be 126 plus 37. So what is our mystery value? 163. This is a bar model that's split into equal pieces. We know that one part has a value of 15, but we don't know the whole value of the bar model, which means we could do one of two operations. We could find a sum, which means we're going to add, or we could find a product, which means that we are going to multiply. So if we were doing the sum, then that would mean that we are going to add 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So that means that our mystery value would be 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15. Or we could say that our mystery value is equal to 15 times 7. So our mystery value is 105. Here is another bar model that is split into equal parts, but this time we don't know how much one part is worth. We don't know the value of one part. We do know the whole value. So we still have two numbers here. We have our whole value, and then we have how many parts we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means that to find the value of a single part, we're going to find our quotient, which means that we are going to divide. We will divide 96 divided by how many parts we have? 6. So our mystery value is 16. On this bar graph, we know the value of a single part is 5, but we don't know how many groups we have. We do know the whole value of the bar graph is 135. So to find out how many groups there are, we're going to divide and find the quotient. Our mystery value, how many groups we have, is equal to 135 divided by 5. So our mystery value is 27. This bar graph should be split into 27 equal groups. To review, today we are analyzing bar models, we're identifying math operations, and we're practicing using vocabulary like the words sum, difference, product, and quotient. A bar model is a way for you to illustrate what's going on in a math story or to illustrate what type of math is going on in your equation.